Alright folks, I'm making a second video. It is not actual video footage as it's too windy outside or it's too hot, and then I just start to ramble, so I decided to just take some pictures today and then talk over it. So I do apologize, but you get to see the scooter. That's the main thing. So I've had the scooter since May of 2021. I do live in the Midwest, upper Midwest, so I did not winterize it as I am able to store my scooter actually inside my house because of the way the layout of my house is. I actually have a very easy access to come in a sliding glass door and go into an unused room. So I did not have to hassle or worry about winterizing my scooter at all. And actually, on some of the nicer days, when there wasn't any snow, which was quite a bit, I was able to go outside with my scooter and fire it up and go scooting. I'm hoping this upcoming winter is the same thing because it's actually really nice to be able to scoot on those nice days. And I don't have to worry about winterizing. I won't get into any of that. I'm sure there's plenty of videos, pros and cons of putting maybe they're chemicals, but doing various things to winterize. I'm just grateful I don't have to worry about that. So moving on. Again, I've had her about 14, 15 months. I just hit 1,900 miles. So just today, I did the 1,850 mile maintenance per the manual. I changed the engine oil. I changed the transmission oil. Again, those are very easy to do. You just need a basic socket set, torque wrench. I like to use the Valvoline full synthetic for both oil types. I do show in my first video exactly where the plugs are. If anybody's really needs like spot on pictures, I can take those. But otherwise, maintenance was good. Air filter was barely dirty. I mean, I'm in a city. It's not very dusty. Not very dusty. So my air filter was probably 95% clean. Tires are still doing good. As you can see in the pictures, still got tread, still got the green line on the front. Battery is great, no corrosion, nothing like that. Brake fluid is still topped off. Lights still all work. Speaking of light, I will let you know that I did have the opportunity this summer to scoot at night. Not exactly what I want to do, but it had to be done. The headlight on this, not good. It's just not very good. It's not very bright. And it's very orange. So if you got a roads that got a lot of potholes, you're really gonna have to concentrate because you're not gonna be able to see them very quick. If you put on the bright, you lose all lighting in front of you on the ground probably for 20 feet. It pretty much just beams straight up. I mean, not straight up, but it becomes very ineffective to scoot at night with the brights on or the bright on. So yeah, I would really recommend not to scoot at night with at least this model, the Kymco Agility 125. You may be able to buy a better light, but then you have to make sure you're not overloading the electronics. So if you have to ride at night, I would definitely look into seeing what you can do to improve that headlight because it's trash. But that's not bad for me. Again, this is something I do during the day. You can see in the pictures it's held up very well. All the stickers, which are all the orange parts, They're holding up well. I think I might have been rained on maybe once. I just do my best not to be in weather. I store it in a garage during warm months. So the more I can do it not to expose it to elements, I think would help it in the long run. So yeah, it's held up great. It does, again, it can do 50. Depending on where you look, some places say it can do 60 to 65 miles per hour. I think that really is based on the weight of the rider. If you are a small person, you could probably easily hit 60. If you're a big boy like me, you can hit 50 fine. But if you got a wind coming against you, like a strong wind, it's going to struggle a little. So, that's just the bare facts. But overall, I've had the scooter 14, 15 months. It's worked perfectly. If it hasn't run for a while, it does kind of bog a bit when it's running there. You definitely will know when it's not ready, because if you try to accelerate, it's going to bog down. Sometimes you can get to the point to where if you're on a street that's not busy, and you can, nurse the throttle a bit to help it warm up a bit faster, great. But definitely don't want to go immediately on a 40 mile per hour busy road, because you will bog. And then we all know, if you bog and you try to keep turning that throttle, eventually it's going to kick, and that's just not good for anybody. But other than that, that might be on all scooters. I don't know. This is my only scooter I've owned. But once it's up to running temperature, no problem. Turn it off. Come back 15 minutes later. Mine is still ready to go. No issues with the bog at that time. So yeah, the only other real thing that I've had recently is the back brake will start to squeak a little as you're coming to a stop from like 10 miles per hour. There's the manual is not helpful. There's not that much information online about it, and then my dealer's an hour away, and not their priority on these little guys. So I'm not too worried about it. A little squeak there at the end. I'll just keep paying attention to it, see if it gets worse for longer. But at this moment, I'm just not too concerned about it. But otherwise, that's it. It's my phone holder still not great. I'm just not caring to put a lot of effort in trying to figure out a different way to get that mount to work, because it does work, but eventually it does creep down. So when I only need to use it for like actual navigation, but otherwise, if I just got my phone in there so it's not in my pocket, it doesn't matter. But other than that, if you guys got any questions, let me know. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys.